Bang Tango, but also he's right now recording a new record for solo band, the Unsung Heroes. Is that correct, Mark?
Yeah, that's right. You got it, man.
All right, so I'm gonna let the guys to start with the questions. Anybody who wants to start? Okay.
My question,
Yeah, go ahead.
okay. My question is this going to be just a one-off reunion, or is Bang Tango going to continue for years to come with making records and doing things?
We've actually played a show, so that would have been the one-off. So we played at the Whiskey on January 25th in Hollywood. So that was kind of our reunion. And now we're doing the M3, and we plan to do more shows. So it's not just a one-off, no.
Hmm.
No, that's awesome, Mark. I mean, anybody who's like, follows you, follow your solo career and everything like that, you've always been, very down for the cause on the Bang Tango material. How did just the conversation start? I mean, it's kind of a standard question for reunions, but, people are curious. So how did the initiation of reuniting start?
It was a long time coming, and Joe basically was doing Bang Tango with other guys, as you all know. He kind of reached out to me, and I wasn't too thrilled about doing it, and he continued to call me, and I finally took his call, to be honest. And I said I'm interested in putting the band back together again and doing some shows and see where we can go from it, as long as there's no. I don't want two Bang Tangos out there, so you need to decide. You want the original guys, or you want to do your thing you've been doing? And he basically said, no, this is it. I want original guys. I want to get back to the family and the brotherhood of the original Bang Tango. And I was like, all about it. So that's kind of where it went.
Awesome.
Right on.
Yeah, Mark, do you have any updates about the set list? Have you guys talk about it? How many songs you're gonna? Because I think you have a short show of probably 45 minutes, correct?
The set list for M3 is going to be pretty close to the set we did at the Whiskey, because it's actually a 60-minute set, not 45 minutes. So it's real close to what we did. So we'll probably bump a song or two from the Whiskey set, if you know that one. Probably just pull a couple songs back and lock it into like a 60-minute set.
Awesome. What's your favorite song from all of them that you had more nostalgia, or you missed the most from Bang Tango from all the years?
They're all special to me. There's no particular song. I like playing some better than others, just musically and as a guitarist, which are funner. I like playing like I'm in Love and what's some songs? Someone Like You is fun to play. Attack Alive is fun to play. Don't Stop Now is cool because there's a funky blues jam in the middle that I like to do. That's just me personally. So that's kind of where it's at.
Awesome. Bobby Dreher, do you have a question?
Yeah, a couple things. So, Mark, the one thing, 2006, why did you only do one show with Bang Tango? What was the whole thing there?
2000, we actually did a couple reunions throughout the years. One was this. It's kind of a weird story. It's a good question, actually, because in 2006, Joe had contacted me about. I was on tour with my band Brady, and we connected. He was doing Bang Tango in Vegas, and I got up to do something like you with them. And I'm like, I'll play some shows with you. Maybe just get up and play a couple here and there with his band at the time. And then it kind of didn't work out, so I said, well, hey, I can get the whole band together. Let's get the band together again and do the shows. We ended up opening up for Dawkins, I think it was, in 2006. And then Ricky Rackman, the guy who ran the Cat House out in LA, he put something together. It was I think it was the 25th reunion of the Cat House. And he asked the original guys to do that. So we jumped on that and we did that. So those are the two main reunions of the band throughout the last, I want to say, 25 years.
Yeah.
Jay?
Yo.
You're a big tango fan. I know that.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. I've got Psycho Cafe, Live Injection hanging on my wall.
Nice.
Dude,
Awesome.
ask a technical question. Ask something like complicated, and bring some vertigo. Bring some vertigo.
No, man. I mean, we don't really have to go all that like technical on it. I mean, the fact of the matter is, I love the makeup of the band. I love the backstory of the band. You know, the formation. You know, the playing. You know, back in the '80s when out on the strip and stuff like that. The thing I always personally really loved about Bang Tango was there was always kind of a blue collar aspect. When it came to the band, I always felt like there was a certain amount of like DIY and do it yourself. When it came to the band, a lot of grinding to it. And that's what I always loved about you guys.
Well, thank you. And you're definitely dead on with that because we basically did it ourselves. We didn't pre-sell tickets in Hollywood. We didn't, pay to play. We didn't play like main events. We did like a lot of just side divey bars just to play and get attention, like kind of a backdoor way in, which was different from what a lot of bands were doing at the time. And we were blue collar. We were just a hard-working band. And in 9 months, we got a record deal, which was pretty rare at that time.
Awesome.
Question.
Okay.
Let me pull them up. So, Attack of Life, the documentary that came out in 2011, went, but is there anything, I mean, is it out there that anybody can grab, throw it back out, really build the, base, since you guys are going back out again? It'd be neat for a lot of younger fans or newer fans to see where you guys came from, kind of like what Twisted did in that. But how can they get access to that?
It's on YouTube. Just Google, go to YouTube and type in Attack of Life Bang Tango, and the whole documentary's on there.
That's cool, because I'll throw the link out for it because I seen it a while ago.
I mean, that's last time I checked. It could be
well, how YouTube pulls everything, and it's you don't know who is getting mad. Well, I'm not getting paid. This is mine. Pull it off. So I didn't know if you had physical copies or is there, a lot of places.
No, it's just a YouTube thing. I think nobody's getting paid for that. It's just something that was put out by Drew. Like, he did this on his own. Nobody got paid. I don't think anybody made any money on it. It was just kind of something he decided to do, and he couldn't really get picked up because the licensing on the music he couldn't pay for.
Yeah.
So he ended up just putting it out on his own, and he ended up just putting it out on YouTube, and that's where you can kind of see it still.
So, Mark, I'm going to hit you with a technical question. It's a two-banger. So, who did all your guitars? Was it Michael Wagner? Your production back in the late 80s, early 90s.
So you're asking me who recorded my guitars?
And who was doing all the production back then? Who was doing...
Howard Benson. Howard Benson did Psycho Cafe. John Jansen did Dancing on Coals, and Howard Benson came back and did Love After Death, the record that wasn't released in the States.
Wow. There's great tones on that album, man. It's just, it's one of the things I was saying. There's iconic people who really know how to get a great guitar tone, and that's, I thought you guys fell into the Wagner, boat on that end.
No, we didn't use Michael Wagner, but he's good, definitely. No, Howard Benson did it, and a mix between his production and our ears, and what we wanted to hear, and the amps we wanted to use, and the guitars we wanted to use, and the sound we heard. It was a collaboration of the band and him, and he basically pulled the sounds out and got what we wanted. And John Jansen's John Jansen worked with Hendrix and Clapton.
Yeah.
Incredibly talented producer. He actually produced Cinderella's record, one of Cinderella's records, and Faster Pussycat's records, and just super old school talented cat. He got Dancing on Cold sounds, with us.
That's awesome.
All right, let me. I know Mark is super busy with a new record, his solo album. song heroes. Is anybody? We have like 20 plus people watching live, and then we're gonna share this, all across the groups of music. But if there's anybody who wants to join the call, please send me through PM the telephone number that we call them. Is that okay, Mark? Do you have like a couple more minutes, or?
Yeah, sure. I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or also, people, if you have a question, you can write in the comments, and we're gonna read that to Mark. So, Angel Alamo, you look like sleepy, man. Don't fall asleep, buddy. Come on.
I know I was face.
I have a question for the crew here. So, when was the first time you heard Bang Tango? Because Bang Tango is the musician, the band for the bands. All the bands love Bang Tango. This is my opinion, right? So everybody looked at Bang Tango to get some influences, copy something. When was the first time you guys heard the original lineup of Bang Tango?
I didn't actually. Well, I didn't hear the song, but I read about them on Metal Edge magazine. And then when Headbangers Ball came on, I waited for them to play the video. It was a really cool interview. I think it was about the video shoot to one of the songs, and Gary Miller was on the set interviewing the band.
Before I go to the next guy, I want to say hi to Jamie Miller. He's the bass player, the sub of Slaughter. So when Dana Strum is not playing, Jamie Miller, jumps in. And
Hey, thank you, the
he's
big man.
All right, so thank you for watching. So Jay, so you're one of the biggest fan of Bang Tango here.
Love that, man. Guys, yeah, dude. Hey, you guys have been good to me, man.
Right on.
But now, like, I followed with Headbangers Ball as well, seeing the videos on and stuff, and like I said, I dug the style of the band, the do-it-yourself aspect and stuff, and I also really love honestly, I love Joe's voice because I have a thing about voices that kind of have a little bit of like grit to them, and that was actually something I really, really dug about the sound of the band for sure. As far as seeing the band live, I was actually a little bit more of a late bloomer as far as like going out and seeing the band live. So I actually didn't really get to see the original lineup personally, so I'm stoked about M3 for that, because I caught them actually when guys like Grossi and whatnot were playing in the band.
Sure. Yeah. Cool, man. Well, we're gonna do it up. Hopefully, we deliver.
Yeah, dude. I'm excited, man, for sure.
Are you playing on that too?
I'm not. not this one. This is just me being a fan, doing some press work, and hopefully some photography if they allow it, and trying to catch up with you guys at the meet and greet so I can get you on my records.
Right on. Sounds great, man.
Talking about that, I have a vinyl that I bought the other day because I only had a CD, Psycho Cafe, and I have a vinyl that I hope I can make it to the meet and greet if there's no virus going around.
I know somebody who can help you out.
All right. The usual. Throwing me, saving my life like the usual, Bobby. You're awesome, dude. So who wants to? Steve, tell me about your experience with Bang Tango, the original lineup.
Okay, so I saw them at two places in like 90, I'd say 90 or 91. There was a place called the Birch Hill Nightclub, which was a Central New Jersey club. They performed at.
Yeah, I remember.
Yes, and you also did a signing at, believe it or not, Sam Goody.
In Chicago? Is that Chicago?
Yes, sir. Because I went to fly out to go see Kiss at a big, I can't remember the name of the stadium, but you guys were playing a show at like a really small, like, awesome bar, and I was there for 2 days. One for you guys, and one, of course, for Kiss. And I saw you guys there, and I think I have the what's it called, the cassette of Psycho Cafe signed by all you guys. I had to look for it.
Nice. Right
So,
on.
Yeah.
Cool.
So, because I'm a Jersey boy, and you said you're from New Brunswick?
No, I'm
Yep.
from Los Angeles, California.
Oh, okay. Right on. Okay. Nothing wrong with
I'm
that.
from.
Yeah,
I think some people online here are from the area you mentioned.
Gotcha. But the question I have for you is, okay, it took you 9 months, which is ridiculously quick to get signed to a major label. Back in the day, they don't do it now, as we all know. Labels don't give advances. When you guys got your advance, like, what did you do with the money?
Well, we didn't get a huge advance. We signed a deal to a label that was a subsidiary of MCA called Mechanics, and it wasn't a big. Like, a lot of bands were getting signed with huge amounts of money, like you said, like with a big advance. We had a short budget. I think we signed for $60,000 at the time, which was enough to make the record and give us like literally $200 a week to live on.
Right.
And it was enough. It was enough for us to survive. So we went on the road, and then we could make double that with per diem and stuff. But it was struggling times. I mean, we were all in our early 20s, so we could get by with that, to pay rent and tour. And but it wasn't like we got like $25,000 each. And here you go, guys.
Right.
Our manager at the time basically said, we're going to put this into to an account, and we're going to like divvy it up and give you guys a salary or a little bit of money each week to survive, so we can make this last. Because who knew what our success would be? It was just like, you gotta like you gotta pace it out.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask another question?
Of course. Can you hear me,
Okay.
guys? Is my mic working well?
yeah, sounds.
Yeah.
Yeah, I hear you. You hear me now?
Yeah.
So the instrument, the guitar that you played on the first couple albums, do you still have it? And are you going to bring it out for this tour?
You talking about the Orange Jackson I did on Someone Like You?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's funny because we did the first reunion show with the Whiskey, and I broke it out for Someone Like You. I actually still have it, and I played it, and I plan to use it. Yeah, just kind of nostalgic reasons. So, I still have it, and I've been offered a lot of money for it. Actually, the Hard Rock Cafe offered to buy it off me and put it on the wall, and I didn't let it go. I kept it, so I'll use it. Yeah.
Awesome.
So Mark, I got something for you. October 1st, 89, where were you?
October 1st, 89.
89.
I don't know.
OJ.
How about the Empire in Philly?
Okay. That's where I was. Yeah, that place is cool. I remember that place.
Well, Heaven's Eye, Cinderella, Britney, everybody came out of there, man.
I know. We did a record in West Orange, New Jersey.
Wow.
We did Dancing on Coals there, and we actually traveled to Philadelphia to pick up some gear from Tom Keeper and Cinderella at the time, because John Jansen, our producer, had done them, and we needed some gear. So we drove all the way to Philly and went to the studio they were rehearsing and picked it up. So
That was my
aware of
buddy's
it.
studio. Yeah, it was my buddy's studio, the Warehouse on Delaware Avenue.
Yeah, that was killing.
But
Oh,
yeah, because you guys then went on tour with Contraband, which had kind of
Yeah,
a
well, that was
change.
years later. That was 1991.
Yeah, well,
Contraband and Rat and LA Guns.
but that was the Shanker tour, wasn't it?
Yeah, Shanker was playing with Rat at the time. Exactly.
Wow, what a trip!
Yeah, I got to play. He's like my guitar hero, right? So I got to actually have lunch with him and hang out with him every day, and play his guitars that I grew up. I'm a UFO fan, forever, And Shanker was like, literally, I had frame posters of him in my room as a kid. And here I am on tour with him, and I'm playing his guitar. So it was like unbelievable.
It's a trip. You know, it's amazing. You guys asked the first time I heard you. I was a big Ian Asbury fan. As soon as I heard, you know, someone like you, I kept going. I thought it was a cult when it came out.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's what tripped me out when I was like, when the hell did the cult really change? And I'm going, wow, it's kind of a departure from what they did. And I'm going, you know, from Duffy's Plan.
A modern cult.
But that's really, the vibe was right there. I mean, because music was just starting to change. And then, you know, as soon as damn Nirvana came in and screwed everything up on everybody.
I mean, I don't know. We were like considered like a 90s band coming into the future. And you know, we kind of embraced the Seattle sound. You know, we actually liked a lot of those bands. And, you know, I wrote a song on an Alice in Chains song with Joe, me and him, contribute to a song that was on one of the Alice in Chains box set songs. So the whole transition of the 90s and Kurt Cobain, you know, to me and to us, we were just like, yeah, whatever. It's just, we liked it, you know. It wasn't like a end all for us.
Yeah, I'm not saying so much for you guys, but a lot of the bands that were more mid 80s, you know, look, it was kind of doomsday. You know, the days of the MP1, you know, ADAs were gone. You know, everybody guitar sounds were changing. Yeah, totally different sound. Yep. But that's what really drew me to you guys, because as soon as I heard it, I kept going, well, it's something my ear likes. Because when I heard the Cult didn't sound like anything else. It's kind of like when Appetite came out, you know, or the first VH album. So, do you find it harder now, you know, 2020, trying to, look, we're all getting older. And
speak for yourself.
Hey, but to build a new following, or trying to, you know, is it treading water, or is it trying to, you know, capture lightning in a bottle or go after something new?
Well, I've been doing my own music for 22 years on my own. Like, it's a whole different direction from any of this type of music we're talking about. I mean, I'm doing this whole Americana singer-songwriter trip, and I've been touring the South for years, just doing this whole different trip. And the answer to your question is, hell yeah, it's a struggle to like reinvent yourself and spend 20 years or so doing it, and really, you know, not succeeding in a huge way, but as far as revisiting Bang Tango again, you know, those fans have, you know, they're still there, and we can bring them back and hopefully deliver our old classic songs we did back then. So that's kind of where I'm at.
Very cool. You know, yeah, I see bands like Nick Perry from Silvertide, everybody, Walt Laffey, who was in Silvertide, going on the Americana end. Frank Hannon too, as well. So
exactly, yeah.
I'm totally digging what you're doing, and to have somebody from Government Mule on your album, dude, kick butt, go for it.
Hey, let's listen.
Right on. See, there you go. You got it. Yeah. Like Matt Apps played on every record I've ever done, from Government Mule, the drummer. And you know, I've entangled with a lot of guys from that scene, like Dwayne Betts, you know, Dickie Betts' kid, and the whole Southern rock thing. I've really infused myself into over these years, and changed and went to a different direction, honestly. But nice to revisit what we're doing with Bang Tango.
That's great. I love the diversity that you're doing, both, man. Keep it going. Keep rocking.
Thank you. Appreciate it. I will.
Hey, let's listen a little bit of Mark Knight solo band.
Pain, it never seems to dry, keeps dripping off like days gone by. The empty, hollow feelings never cured.
I think I killed it, right? Can you hi, guys hear me now? Hello?
Yeah.
All right, sorry.
I hear you. I hear you, Max. We're here.
I was trying to sneak in, you know, one of your songs, you know, Toss and Turn. No,
very cool. Good job.
Toss and Turn, which is my favorite song. You know, I always put it in the car when I go, you know, like on a long trip.
Thanks.
I really love, Mark Knight's solo albums when, I go on the road. It's a very, nice music to drive, to enjoy with your family, kids, my kids. Sometimes I cannot put Motley Crue, man, all the time. I have to compromise, man.
Oh,
Anyways. So Mark, you're very kind. I really appreciate your time, man. You're always there, man. What a true musician. You're always down to earth,
Hey.
man. One of my favorite musicians, in terms of to interview, to have.
Right on, Max. Thanks for having me, and thanks you guys for
Hey.
chiming in.
Awesome.
Can't wait to see you on M3. Can't wait to see you.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hope to meet up at M3 and come up to me and say hello, and whoever just come up and say we chatted on Max's show, and I'd love to wrap out with you and hang out.
Very cool.
At the M3.
Awesome. Mark Knight.
Yeah, we're gonna.
All right.
Give it up for Mark Knight.
Yeah. All right, thanks, Mark.
Man, that was Bang Tango, dude. What a band.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
And
Thank you, Mark.
we're coming at you. We're going to be doing some shows. We're just getting the right ones, and we're going to be out playing. We're all excited about Reunion.
Hit the Philly area.
Bang Tango.
Yeah, I do a radio show out here. I'm totally down for, a lot of good
Hit me
music
up,
in the
man.
Philly.
Hit me up. We'll come by the studio and we'll do an interview.
Very cool.
All right, guys. I'm out.
All right, thanks, Mark.
Thank you, Mark.
Have a good night. Take care.
Take care.
All right. Bye.
All right, that was Mark Knight. All right, so let's. We'll be right back in 10 seconds.
You are listening to the M3 Summit, your source for all things rock and roll.
And we are back. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got you, bro.
Can you test 1, 2, 3? Everybody say talk at the same. All right, so now I'm bringing you all because there was an echo and I was working on the echo, so you have to thank me. No, well, our next topic is Faster Pussycat. Who's a fan of Faster Pussycat?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Pussycat.
Which version?
Well, definitely, I never liked the what's it called? The gothic, industrial, gothic, dark side of. I never liked that, but.
Am I seriously the only Newly Deads fan here?
No.
I know you, Jay, will love that, but for me, I don't know. It was like a different band, so.
Absolutely.
I couldn't listen as a Faster Pussycat. If you want to tell me, what was the band that Tammy had like as a solo band? There was some. He changed the name at some point. I can listen that band with the industrial sound, but I cannot listen Faster Pussycat with an industrial sound. I don't know why, man.
No, you're cool, brother. No worries. It's all good.
Oh.
Well, we lost Steve.
I'm here.
Okay, so we lost Angel. I don't know what's going on with Angel. So, anyways,
It kind of looks like he blew up.
guys, I'm going to share my screen with you because I have the possible. I mean, I have a list of songs from the set list that they did like not a long time ago. So I'm going to share my screen with you so we can discuss. Where is it here? So in 1 second, you're going to see my screen. All right. When you see my screen, you let me know.
Got it?
Yeah.
Got it.
So you see
Yep, got it.
there in red, you see possible set list 2020. So who wants to read it for me?
Okay, I don't have my glasses on, but I'll give it a whirl.
I got it. It looks like it kicks off with where there's a whip, there's a way. Then I got Cat House, Slip of the Tongue, Number One with a Bullet, The Power in the Glory Hole, Don't Change That Song,
You're so vain.
You're So Vain, House of Pain, Friends, Don't Change, Bathroom Wall. As you guys know, it gets mashed up with Pretty Fucked Up. And then we got Shut Up and Fuck and Babylon to close it out.
That's a great set.
Yeah.
Which one do you think it's gonna make it? Because probably they're gonna have 60 minutes, I don't know, because they are like probably next to the main show. So I don't know if they're gonna have a little bit longer than 60 minutes. So what's your opinion?
What time are they going on? And who who are they following?
I think they're going on Saturday, right?
Yeah.
And I think that night is Queen's Righteous there. Let me think. I need to Google it. Sorry.
So it's Queens. Yeah, I gotta hit it right now.
All right, it is. So Tesla is playing that night on Saturday. So
And you know they're gonna have a long set.
no. I don't think they're gonna make all these songs. So probably this set list is gonna be cut. I don't know if in half, maybe.
Probably 40 minutes.
I love Faster Pussycat, guys, but the fact of the matter is, with their lineup as relatively consistent as it has been for quite a while now, you know, with the four main guys, with whoever they've got as their second guitar player at the time, they really don't ever get more than about a 35-minute set at M3, and to be honest, I don't expect that to change.
That's a good point.
Especially with Doro and Accept being first.
Yeah.
Jay, have you seen Jay them lately or in the past few months?
I have actually. They, if you guys besides M3 are somewhat familiar with Baltimore, there's a venue just outside of Baltimore, that Fishhead Cantina, that love their '80s bands, and Faster was there probably about maybe more like 6 months ago, with Sam Bam on guitar.
Okay. So how was it? How did they sound that night? Are they okay?
Yeah. To be honest, there's not really anything that Faster Pussycat can ever do that's going to upset me personally as a fan because of how much I love them. But at the same time, I'm a realist just like the rest of you guys. And to be honest, ever since Tammy quit smoking, I think that he's been sounding great.
Yeah.
It's a weird thing to not see him on the stage with his cigarette, but for the strength in his voice, dude, I'll take it.
Nice.
And he also I think he stopped drinking also.
Yeah.
So he's in a better shape. That's good to know, man.
Oh, Angel's back. Look, he's moving.
Angel, tell me about Faster Pussycat.
I've been here the whole time.
No, you were like a zombie, man.
You froze.
Blink. Blink.
You're like Walt Disney.
Something's going on. Angel, can you
So I have a question for everybody. Since so did what's his name? I can't think of it. Ace Von Johnson, I know, is in LA Guns, right? So does that mean he's like promoted to fan with Faster Pussycat, or he just chose to leave and join LA Guns? Do anyone know the story or anything?
No,
I have no clue.
Okay.
I know.
I'm clueless.
Right.
So, I got to be real with you guys. I got to be real with the fans that are watching. There's certain things I just can't talk about on that and won't talk about on that just because of a personal relationship that I do have with Ace. But as far what I can tell you guys is one of the things that, whether he's still technically with the band or not, I do know that he really is happy playing in LA Guns.
Yeah, because I've seen him quite a few times with them. I just wasn't sure because Faster wasn't touring. You know, he got bills to pay, you know, so that's why I thought maybe he was doing it because Michael Grant was out and, you know, Adam Hamilton left and then they regrouped and, you know, they've had several lineup changes in the last 2 years. And like I said, Faster took a little hiatus, I thought. And I was like, all right, maybe because he knows those guys. And I saw him fill in a couple of dates and I'm like, okay, now I'm seeing him more frequent. Now is he official member of LA Guns and no longer in Faster Pussycat, or is he doing double duty? You know,
I don't really think he's doing double duty because, for example, LA Guns wasn't touring during the cruise,
right?
And Faster was on it. Mm-hmm. So if he's pulling double duty, I don't see any reason why he wouldn't have been on the cruise playing with Faster. You know, when he wasn't on the when he wasn't out with LA Guns because they weren't doing anything. But, you know, I know that I think it has a lot to do. I think it had a lot to do with, you know, new new experience, new mates, new waters to be tested out, you know. And I think there was, who knows, there might even have been a certain amount of love and maybe respect that he was getting from those guys that maybe he didn't feel he was getting with Faster. You know, I don't really know. I've met all the guys from Faster many times. They've always treated me like one of theirs. So I really can't speak ill of anybody. It's different strokes for different folks. I think there's just certain things that they're going to know that we're just going to have to be skeptical on, or just respect.
Totally. Well, I love both bands. You know, I've seen every incarnation of Faster Pussycat from when they started back in, I don't know, 88, 89, and then when they toured with Kiss, and, you know, then when they did the Kiss and Trickster and Kick, and then they did a couple of, you know, shows by themselves, and, you know, so I've seen like pretty much every incarnation. I was just curious if anyone knew. You know, I wish Ace is the greatest because he's, you know, a solid player and a really nice guy, and, you know, I've always had a great relationship with every member, past and present, and in between, of Faster. I was just curious if anyone knew, like, hey, did he, you know, quit, get promoted to fan, or, you know, decide to go, you know, stay with LA Guns or whatever. So that's all.
Yeah, I've never seen an official on it. I'm kind of just taking it for face value. You know, I think it's safer to say that he's a member of LA Guns, period.
Cool. Okay. Max, back to you now.
I wanna listen Angel. He's been quiet on and off with his Skype. So, what's up, buddy? Can you hear me, Angel?
We can hear you.
No, you can
I
hear me.
I can hear you, Max, but you definitely got quieter on my end.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you. Your volume's just lower on my end than it was.
No, but it's me. So I try to fix it from here. Anyway, so no, guys, I'm very. I don't know as much as you do. You know everything. You're encyclopedias of rock. So, you know, to me, it's just trying to ask you questions. But what I have to tell is that, you know, I'm in terms of LA Guns, you know, I don't have any conflicts with either band, you know, so I like them both. You know, at this moment of my life, the more music, the better, you know. So, you know, Bobby.
I think.
So this is to Jay. I got to ask Jay this. So you're doing a show down in Glen Burnie, Maryland.
Yes, sir.
With the band I'm producing right now.
Really?
Yeah, Mach 22.
Yeah.
Band.
They're playing the Ballroom Blitz event.
Yes, they're doing Friday night. Saturday, I'm coming down for Tokyo Motor Fest. So,
Absolutely.
But I'll be there for both shows. But yeah, so talk about that a little bit, man. That just sounds like such. I found out through working with Lamont and Damien and Amit and everybody, and good stuff. Wait till you hear this new single. It's gonna kick your ass.
I'll be honest, dude. I would love to talk about that. So, yeah. So for anybody that's not familiar, coming up, actually next weekend, which is Friday, I believe the 20th and the 21st. Or the 21st and the 22nd. I think it's 20 and 21. Anyway, yeah. Friday and Saturday next week, Glen Burnie, LaFontaine Blue. It's called Ballroom Blitz. It's being put on by Bradley Entertainment. A lot of people, especially in the Baltimore area, know Bradley from many years of M3, all the years of, you know, the Monsters of Rock cruise. So, yeah, this is a 2-day event. Where the headliners are Friday night, Bisto Blanco. People are definitely familiar with Chuck Garrick from Alice Cooper. That's his band. And then Saturday night, we're bringing in Last in Line as our headliner. And that's, of course, you know, Vivian Campbell, Vinny Appice, you know, and, you know, Andrew Freeman. You know, it's definitely going to be a... It's definitely going to be a banger for sure. And here, I'll pull things up real quick.
Awesome.
And But no, it's gonna be good. The LaFontaine Blue has been it got all revamped. Very similar to the way that the Hammerjacks has been getting fixed up and brought back. But we've also
Yay!
but I mean on Friday night, we've got Dirty Looks playing with Jason McMaster on vocals. And we've also got Spread Eagle, and to be honest, I'm really hype about that one.
Me too.
The other band too you got on there, which is really good. It's Silver Tongue.
Yes.
Band totally to watch out for. David Snowden has been working with these guys, so great band to check out.
Sorry, Jay, what do you have to do with them, with Silver Tongue?
So I've known Silver Tongue since practically the beginning. I first came across Silver Tongue when they were practically the house band of a tiny-ass, now dead venue called Cynics. That was in Essex, Maryland. I've known Speed, their singer, for many, many years. And he's a really great guy, great player, great singer, great songwriter. The thing I love about Silver Tongue is the fact is they're you saw me say it earlier when we were talking to Mark, but they're grinders, man. They put a lot of time into their music, they hit the road. And Bobby's dead on. Like David Snowden, who's we were all referred to by Max as encyclopedias of rock, but I got to tell you, man, David Snowden is like the guy.
David is a very nice guy. He's amazing.
Well, David, the manager, going out with Vinny and everything, it's just. But this is a great event.
Actually, I have the pinball machine from Kiss that belonged to David Snowden, and the guys from Vinnie Vincent Invasion play here in my pinball machine, in mine. All right, because now it's mine, my precious. Just kidding.
But it's definitely going to be a cool gig though for not only like newer rock bands, like again, Mach 22 that have really been putting in the work and sounding great. So I'm really excited to hear the new single because I haven't heard it yet.
Well, I threaten them if they even put a hint of this. I've been just throwing tidbits. They're recording it in my studio here.
Oh, gotcha, Bobby. Okay.
And I'm doing it, and it's me, and I got David Ivory helping out on a couple things. So we're working with, but we got a video shoot coming up the week after for the new single. But I'm telling you, I'm also going to be throwing this out there. So with this new album, it's going to be conceptual. We're not leaking a lot of things, but I'm going to need some audience participation of about 50 people for an unplugged part of the album. That's all I'm going to say.
Wait a second. It's not going to be conceptual as Kiss, what's called The Elder, right?
No, it's going to be like
that kind of conceptual album,
it's going to be like you're a 15-year-old metalhead in your bedroom.
I'm just a boy.
No.
Now I love that album, but in the 80s I hated it. I'm sorry.
That is such a rad album. I love that album.
Well, geez, Max, between The Elder and The Newly Dead, you're just really judgy tonight.
Damn.
Hold on. The Elder was Eric Carr's first album, right?
Yes.
Anyways.
Yeah.
So, guys, it's about 10 p.m. So
There's something.
Sorry, somebody.
That's the popular spin.
What's up?
Angel was saying something about The Elder being Eric Carr's first album, and I was correcting him. He was correct on that.
Yep.
So we put a positive spin on it.
Yes.
Guys, we are
Putting a positive spin on it.
Sorry, Angel, you're breaking up, buddy. But it's almost 10 p.m. and I just want to wrap up. I know some of you guys have shows coming up. Bobby, you have a show coming up on Friday.
Friday 13th. Friday 13th, 1 to 3. Harem, right before the Kiss Room. You can find Harem on Facebook. Go to thekissroom.com. Go to oh gosh, Wix, iTunes, whatever, blah, blah, blah. So this one is going to be a deep, dark show. So I'm just kind of, I went through a lot of crap over the last week. So a lot of reflection, but it's going to be great music. I got Reggie Wu from Heaven's Edge calling in. I got Max Hash calling in. Woo! I'm trying to work on Mr. Mark Slaughter. I was just with Matthew and Gunnar 2 weeks ago up in Lancaster. So there's a couple things in the works right now. And some of the guys from Mach 22 will be calling in.
Awesome. Just
Nice.
let me, a parenthesis there. Thank you so much, Matt Porter, for doing the voice of the show. You know, all the intro is all about.
The voice of God.
Thank you, Matt Porter, from the Kiss Room. Everybody,
Yeah, we love the Kiss Room.
Yay!
who else has something coming up? Jay, you have any events coming up? Any shows with your bands?
Yeah. So, if you're in the Cherry Hill, New Jersey area, I'll be making an appearance at Monster Mania Con on Friday the 13th. Friday the 13th at Cherry Hill, New Jersey at Monster Mania Con. Saturday night, I'll be back outside of Baltimore at Doyle from the Misfits. He'll be playing at Fishhead Cantina, and then I believe it's looking pretty quiet for the beginning of next week. And then, of course, I've got a Ballroom Blitz the following weekend that we had just talked about. And the one last thing I'll say about that is last week we talked a lot about bands and the fans wanting more variety on M3.
Yep.
Well, the one thing that's pretty cool about Ballroom Blitz is we talked about, I talked about Bisto Blanco, Last in Line, and we talked about Silver Tongue Spread Eagle and Mach 22, but we've also got Hurricane, Tora Tora, and Roxy Blue all playing on Saturday.
Tora are my homeboys, man. Those are cool. Those are friends of mine. Very cool. Tora, love them. Steve, I see that you have your hat on. Are you leaving? What's going on? You're gonna pick
In
up
a
your
minute,
wife?
yeah, I'm gonna head out in a minute. I gotta pick up the chick from the train station.
Yeah,
So.
I knew it. So tell me anything that's coming up on your end. If not, I see you soon. If I don't know.
Yes. Oh, so June 6th, I'm doing that event in Sunbury, PA for youth mental health.
Yes.
Go to browntickettickets.com.
Yes.
You got Kip Winger. You got the Eric Martin Band featuring 2 members of Trickster and ZO2. You guys remember ZO2, the first band that ever do direct support for Kiss ever without being signed to a major label. Then you also have Firehouse. You got Jack Russell's Great White. You got April Wine. You got Dokken. You got Lynch Mob and me hosting it.
Of course.
Hey, Steve, give
Yes, sir.
me a call, and I'll help you out on that. It's the 30th year of the ADA, and my other half was the author of the ADA.
Oh, right on.
So
Nice. I'm glad
Cool.
that people are making connections. Everything because of the M3 Summit.
hey, it's all about rock and roll. That's what this is. Family.
Told you, one happy demented family.
And man, that's amazing. Thank you for doing that, Steve. Seriously, man. That's
But
amazing.
thank you guys for always, Max,
Oh, man.
I can speak for myself, but I can say everybody would agree you're the man, and thank you for putting this together,
We're all brothers here. Angel, tell me, you have something coming up with the sports or with the music? Tell me all about it.
This Saturday, I'll be at the XFL game with the New York Guardians at MetLife Stadium.
Very cool.
And the 28th, Bob D with Petro will be kicking off his tour in New York at the
Bob Petro just got an EP. So
Electric.
it's a very rock New York style.
Yep.
Yeah, very cool. All right, everybody, thank you so much for
Thank you, Max.
episode of the Summit. We rock, man. You can beat this show, man. You cannot beat this show. I mean, not for me but because all these people to that end, man, that these guys are amazing. Thank you, everybody.